Hello all, and welcome back to Regulator Retro Gaming. In my last video, we played a little bit of Super Mario Mon. The outro accidentally got cut out of the video, and I didn't realize until after I'd already posted it. So I just want to start by saying, if you watched through that, there will be another episode of Super Mario Mon. However, Super Mario, or not Super Mario Kart, but Mario Kart Amped Up for the Nintendo 64 is actually going to get pushed back. We got stuff working on the Steam Deck now, which means that face cam will be able to come into play, and we're going to have a whole bunch of new systems to try out, basically from Xbox 360, PS2, GameCube, Nintendo 3DS, Wii U, things like that. Really opens our library up from what we could get on iOS. But anyhow, today we are playing Unsolved Crimes for the Nintendo DS. I've never played this game before. I do consider myself a bit of a crime buff, however, so I'm excited to get underway with this. Looks like we're going to be in New York. Okay, well, I love how the emulator works with DS. It just makes them look all goofy the way that both screen there. Yep, see what I mean? We're like cut in half. But this is what we got for now. Eventually, when we move over to the Steam Deck full time, we will have all of our systems over there, including Game Boy, including DS. So the way that videos are set up now are not always going to look like this. We're very close to having everything over on the Steam Deck, but right now we still got to work on getting some of these titles over there that we want to play for the channel. So so New York 1976. We're in New York City. Get to see the Statue of Liberty. I love the way this game looks already. Is that a bank? Oh, no, it is the police station. We are a homicide detective. Glad you made it. Welcome to the homicide division. Well, thank you, Marcy. I'm Marcy Blake, your new partner. I'm Betsy, Marcy's sister. Okay. She's a model. Why is she in the police station? Used to be more of a waitress now. Again, why are you in the police station? BB's real famous. She's done a bunch of ads. Oh, sis, that's all history. It's more than a year ago. Okay. Don't embarrass me when I came to do you a favor. She only bought me lipstick to stop from using hers. Just because we live together doesn't mean we have to share everything. Abbott. You again, Mr. Blake. What the hell is this? A goddamn cocktail party. Anyone in danger of doing any work around here? Did you miss me? What are you still doing here? It seems that Betsy is not very well liked. Sounds like my cue. See you back at home, sis. Nice to meet you. Okay. Alright. Abbott, let's get you working. I agree. I got some crimes to solve. The tutorial. Okay. Good. We're going to need to learn the ropes to figure out what exactly we're doing here. I'm not sure what type of game it is. Yes, I would love a warm-up case. I'm going to show you how we do things in the office. Blake can show you how this rookie runs. Sounds good to me, Captain. I'll brief you on the case before you hit the crime scene. Okay. So let's get a little bit of a brief, figure out what's going on. When I'm giving you the briefing, you might want to take notes. That's what the memo pad in the bottom left of the file is for. Okay. We found graffiti in the alley behind our... Ooh, so do we have to type it out? Wait, I'm a little confused here. Evidence. Profile. Okay, I don't even got to write it down. That's just what... Okay, cool. We have 4 suspects. David Clark. This guy comes from money. How in the hell do you say that last name? Anthony Xenis, the building's janitor. Kenny Baker, an associate of Clark's. Or Keith Brown. He also runs with Clark. Don't just polish your detective's badge, earn it. We are going to earn the hell out of this detective's badge, I can tell you what. Alright. I don't need to hear the case again, at least not yet. Here's when you need to look over any evidence and profiles. We already have some when each case begins, so check them out. Okay. Whoa, new files. Okay, 25, 25, 25. I'm gonna guess it's bigger off the beginning, because, like, look at them. Let's try to read some of these testimonies. I don't go around telling myself to go to hell. Who would do that? There wasn't graffiti there yesterday. There have been strangers hanging around a lot lately. See, I don't think he did it at all. I think it's either Brown or Baker, honestly. Let's check the evidence. Found at the crime scene, probably used to write the graffiti. You think? We can look at it. I don't see anything specific on it. Green paint. Okay. Alright. We've looked at our case notes. I did check the evidence in the profiles. Yep. Just solve your case, need to know the way around the filing system. That's enough for me. Go out there and make me proud. Okay, so what we gotta do? We gotta take the exit. Let's hit the crime scene. Yes. New York City Homicide Division alleyway. You show me how we work a crime scene. Keep your eyes open and touch anything that looks suspicious. We need to pick up all the clues so we can piece everything together. So let's get started. Okay. So, how do we... There we go. It's like inverse controls. Things are a little odd. Garbage containers. Is there a way to open them? No? Okay, what about this? Some dirty cardboard. Okay. Trash can lid. There's got to be something back here, right? You told me to make it an appointment book, maybe connected to the crime. Let's check out the appointment book. Add it to the evidence file. What does the graffiti say? Oh, shit. Touch query on the bottom right to view your query list. I don't know what the graffiti says, honestly. Can I, like, look around before I answer that question? Seems it. Where? Go to hell, Clark. Okay. Unidentified book full of ramblings about Clark. Clark's going to be in a world full of pain soon, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I got a feeling it's one of the friends. Like I said, I don't understand. Okay, there we go. Learning the ropes. Query number 1. Have you seen the graffiti? Tell me what it says. It says, go to hell, Clark. That doesn't seem like a very hard question there, especially when I can look at it. Where is the graffiti? Right there. I'm a little confused here. In my next little lecture, I call it Evidence 101. We found an appointment book at the scene of the crime, right? Next, we need to find out which suspect might own the book. So examine the book carefully by touching it in the evidence screen. Okay. So, who owns the book? We gotta first go back, set evidence screen. Let's keep investigating. So let's go to our files, evidence, details. Can we open it? Whoops, clicked the wrong button there. Sent me to the next object. I do think I see initials down here. KB. Okay, so KB is it's the profiles that we need to go to. See, I told you guys that they're both KB. Interesting. Let's keep investigating. I think maybe there's a little bit more that I can find on this notebook, potentially. Especially because you think, like, I would be able to open it, right? But it doesn't seem I can. That or, like, there's just nothing of relevance to who it belongs to in there, I guess. Okay, so let's not answer it yet. Let's keep looking around for a minute before we pick who exactly was the person who did the graffiti, which is something that we definitely need to be solving as crime scene people, as, you know. We're homicide detectives, but yes, let us focus on what really matters here, the graffiti in the back alley. Anything in here? Trash everywhere. Let's take a closer look. I just did. I clicked again. How do I take a closer look? Doesn't look relevant. Okay, see, that's all you had to say the first time. Instead of saying, let's take a closer look and getting me to try. That's the way we came in. Okay, well, what happens? It takes forever to turn, man. Can we go up the stairs? Nope, we cannot. Okay. So there's something here, obviously, that I'm missing. I just don't know exactly what it is. Some more dirty cardboard. Actually, that might have been the one that we already clicked on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess we try to answer this query. Who owns the book? We know it's KB. We just don't know which one. I guess maybe it won't. I do. I do indeed. Oh, shit. Oh, I can pick which suspects. Nice, I can pick 2 of them. The initials KB are on the back of the book. That makes Keith Brown and Kenny Baker our main suspects. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now let's talk about the profiles. I'll interview with both suspects with the initials KB. Okay. Sorry about the wait. Got some new testimonies from both suspects. I asked them if they'd lost an appointment book. I didn't let them know we'd already found it. It's clear from their testimonies who's lying. Find out who the profiles are updated with new testimonies. Okay. Who lied? Let's go to our files and see what these guys have said. All right. We can go to testimony. So Kenny Baker, guy who I believe did it without having any clue, says without showing him it, the cops asked about the appointment book. Look, I didn't graffiti anything. Keith's got the same initials as me. Why don't you bug him? He said, I don't know Keith Brown said, I don't own an appointment book. Ask my friends. I'm always late. See, I'm telling you, it was Baker. I really do think it was Baker. Let's find out. I believe Baker is the one who is lying. Boom. See, I told y'all. He just didn't look innocent. I could see it in his eyes. We can now make a final report. Here's when you show the captain why you're on the payroll. Of course, if you keep messing up, you won't stay on for long. Head back to the office and give your final report when you're ready. Okay, final report. Here we go. Report to Abbott. Good old Abbott. I feel like Abbott's going to be involved very heavily in this game. Obviously, I mean, he is our boss, so it kind of makes sense. Back at the homicide division. Good to see you back, Detective. Did you find our graffiti artist? You bet your sweet ass I did. It was Baker, Kenny Baker, this whole time. Bam. So here's some details. What's the key thing that convinced you? Do I have to draw it? No way. Okay, keyboard. Lies. Can I not? I can't. I can only put 2 characters. Oh, I guess because KG. That makes sense. Is that what it was? Was it KG? Shit. I don't remember what his name was. I gotta start over. Try again. What was his name? Okay, hang on. I can look at the log, right? KB, that's what it was. KB. There we go. There we go. Dang, I went down to 2 stars. Those are basics on working on a case. Okay. So it seems like they're going to be different levels rather than more of like a pick which case type of thing you're doing. Kenny Baker's a graffiti artist. Good work. From here on, the real work starts. Case closed. So here we go. We will do, as long as it's not too long, we will do one more case tonight. And then we will wrap up the first video, head on to whatever our replacement for the Mario Kart Amped Up is. Right now, I'm thinking maybe doing some WWE Day of Reckoning, something. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find. Maybe some sort of wrestling game. I don't know. Something on the GameCube. Maybe some Mario Sunshine. Something to really try to play with the extension of these emulators. Okay, but so it says I've got cases piling up back here. It's like the New Jersey Turnpike. From here on, you'll be working homicide cases. Good luck. Oh boy. So now we're gonna go figure out who killed all these people. And I gotta tell you what, I think watching all these true crime shows throughout the last, 22 years of my life, I think I'll be able to find out who was doing these horrible crimes. Let's find out. Oh, what is it? Am I looking at the Dragon Ball or something? Or a Dragon Ball, rather. What? Okay, this is showing, like, I'm confused. I guess that was showing the murder scene. Alright, file 1. Here we go. Death in the suburbs. Let's see. Alright. Here's your first assignment, so listen up good. This is the real thing. You nervous? A little bit. Here's your brief. Eyes on the board. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. The murder occurred in the suburbs, and the victim's name is Howard Lohman. Okay. He was 42 years old, a car sales rep. It happened earlier today at 12:30. Howard's wife, Alice Lohman, came home from shopping. She found her husband dead and called the police. The postmortem said he was stabbed through the heart with a knife. Now that right there sounds very personal. That to me already sounds like the wife was the person who killed him. I don't think that, or she set up a hitman. He died immediately. We have 3 suspects. Wife's got to be on there. Yup, victim's wife. Another is Kevin Davis. He borrowed money from Lohman. He arrived at New York Airport at 11 a.m. today after a business trip to L.A., so the death occurred just after he got back. The last is Isaac Parks. He was seen sneaking around Lohman's neighborhood. He has prior convictions for robbery and breaking and entering. Now let's take a look at the evidence. Okay, so we got the murder weapon. So why? Okay, fingerprints were wiped. That makes sense. I was about to ask, why don't we just check for fingerprints? You can see more details in the evidence file. All right. We also got a receipt showing what Mrs. Lohman bought at the shops. And lastly, a sketch of the crime scene. 2 rooms, kitchen and living room. Okay, so it looks like he was stabbed in front of the couch. I can't really tell. Oh, I see where the kitchen is. So through the door, down to the bottom. Crime scene was a mess. The living room was trash. Maybe we got a murder robbery here. Start exploring the robbery angle. That's all, folks. Get out there. Okay, I do believe I understand, so we can head on out to the crime scene. Let's head to the scene. All right, Marcy, let's go. Like I said, I love this art style that it's got. It's very like, not necessarily this, but like the cutscene ones. Here we are, first time at a homicide scene. You ready, rookie? Yeah, that's why I'm really here to figure it out, because you can't do anything. You want to be my partner? How about you just get out of my way? Tell me what I need to know, and then that's that. I don't need your help. Loman was killed in the living room at the back of the house. Okay. I thought I just lost a star already. I was like, what? Okay, back of the house. Here's where he was killed. Bunch of broken glass. I like how she just like tells me the basics. The victim was killed right here. Really, I couldn't tell by the body outline and the blood everywhere. The window's broken. Yeah, good. No shit. Let's work out what happens step by step. The broken window is added as query 1. Let's not touch that yet, because I don't feel good about that. Yeah, why does the glass would, okay. That would have had to been knocked over before the glass was broken. Again, making it seem like an inside job, making me wonder if it was the wife. All the china. Oh, broken pottery. Let's see. Piece of the poster. What poster? Oh, this poster. Okay. She did. Okay, so she's got a shopping bag, so that's promising for her. But I still feel like with the glass on the back of that, because it would have had to been knocked down before it got smashed. Also, he couldn't have been standing there, because if he would have, hang on, let me think this through. Yeah, there would be blood on the glass too, so it's got to be an inside job the way I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. I didn't think that was going to have anything to do with the case, but I thought maybe. Whoa, hey. Look, that makes life a lot easier. Are we missing anything before we try to answer this first question? Because I do not want to get it wrong. I guess not. Broken window. What does it tell us? Kind of tells us that it's not possible. Let's see. Let's check the broken window first. From the way the glass was scattered, was the window... it's broken from the outside. I don't know what the last ones are supposed to say. Okay. Broken from the outside, broken from the inside, broken during the murder, broken due to the victim's resistance. It's definitely broken from the outside. Yeah, I know I'm right, but thank you. Okay, the pieces of the glass are inside. That ties with the robbery. Notice anything else? What else am I supposed to know? Okay. I think it's that the bookshelf is knocked over and that the glass is on it. Let's see. Maybe I started this one too quick. The way the glass is scattered, tell us. When the windows were broken... Wait, the way the glass is scattered tells us when the windows were broken, who broke the window, what was used to break it. It's not broken. I'm going to say when the windows were broken because the way the books... Okay, yep. When was the window broken? It's got to be after the murder. I'm thinking. Bam. Look at that. We should look at the broken glass. According to the evidence, the body was covered in glass. If the window was broken before or during the murder, then there's no way the body would have been covered in glass. I gotta decide right now. You're getting a rough picture of the case, right? As a homicide detective, even with no hard evidence, you need to be able to make a hypothesis with any info you have. Right now, who do you think the killer is? Just pure gut feeling. It's the wife. I'm really thinking it's the wife. Why would Howard Lohman? How could he possibly be the killer? I do believe it was Alice. She was beaten by her husband, so there's definitely a motive. It 100% was Alice, and if you were beaten by her husband, go get it, girl. Kill him again. It's important to have hunches. I've solved tons of cases off a hunch. I'll need one from you during each case. Let's keep going. Okay. I wonder if that changes the outcome of anything. The purpose. Let's try this one. I don't know. We need to find out who broke the window and why the window was broken. Let's see. So the killer could run away. So the killer could fake a robbery. This is the one it is. For the killer's amusement, so the robber could break in. So the killer could fake a robbery. Looks like the killer faked a robbery and tried to cover his tracks. I do believe so. A straight-up robbery is looking less and less likely. We better go back and report to Abbott. Can now make a report. Okay. Was this really a robbery? I don't think so. Like I said, I'm going off the gut feeling that it was the wife because she was beaten, which we're just finding out. I forgot to read the testimonies. And because of the window being broken, the bookshelf really gave it away. So she's a bad murderer, it seems. Let's see. I do have something for you indeed. Here's what we got. She was not asking you. He was asking me. And we don't need to finish each other's sentences like that. We ain't close like that. Robert entered the house through the window. The robbery was faked. Something was stolen, and the victim died in an accident. The robbery was fake. Good. A fake robbery. Yes, sir. I'm telling you. We think that someone faked a robbery to get away with. I'll tell you what makes me think it was a setup is because that wife got beaten because the thing was broken. Like, has she not been filling you in? How do you know the robbery was I gotta type it in? Oh, God. How do I know it was I guess from the glass? Let's see if that even... Bam. Look at that. Detective skills. What about broken glass? Tells us the robbery was faked. That doesn't fucking answer his question. The body was near the window, but there was no glass under it. The body was, however, covered in broken glass. There's no way glass fell on the body in the rack if the window was broken before the murder. This has to be fake. It's looking more like homicide and less like robbery by the second. Okay, from now on, this is a homicide case. Good work. We're working at the homicide. Dang, why would it not be a homicide case? I'm gonna need a report on the knife as well. Back to the house we go. Back at the Lohman residence. What exactly? The knife, murder weapon. We need to know if it was here. Or if the killer brought it in themselves. I believe it was already here. Always check the evidence and scene layout. Okay, it's had 3-dot handles. Look at that, 3-dot handles. And one is missing. They're made by Basari, and they're... look at that. It's... Still need something conclusive to make sure we can really lock this woman away. Anything in the fridge? Man. I was kind of hoping we would open it up and find a murder weapon. Oh, hey, a box. Yeah, let's check out the leaflet. Only 100 sets. Only sets in the world with 4 knives belong. Okay, so this is the only set in the world, which means that yes, this person 100% killed her husband. Which means we can report it. No? No, we've already reported it. Okay, so that means... Can we not? I would have guessed we would have been able to... Cause of the death was a stab wound. Yep, we got that. Happened in the heart. Yeah, definitely the exact same handle there. Okay. It's a bit odd. Can check this. This is a receipt. But it's just for... Oh, wait, I guess we could check the time. Wouldn't that make it conclusive? I think that says 8:30 p.m. Oh, okay, we could just do it like that. 9:30 p.m. When was he found dead? Neighbors suspect he beats his wife. What a terrible person. See, she didn't even, like, sound sorry, which, like I said, if you're getting beat, fair enough. But that's why I know it's her. Okay. I already did that. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I can earn another star? Is that only if I lost it? Can I get 4 stars? Okay. It belongs to this house. The knife is not a weapon. It belongs to this house is the only right answer. Show me why. I gotta pull out that leaflet. Yes. Okay. Back to Abbott once again. Oh my. Okay, there's 10 questions to get through. Or to Abbott. That car was flying. We've got something on the knife. Yeah, it's called blood. It's all over the place. Well, I'm all ears. What does the knife tell you? It tells us where it can... Sorry, it's very late while I'm recording this. I'm a little tired. It's starting to get to me. It tells us where the weapon comes from. Once again, good. I know. Why is that? Which words link the murder weapon? Okay, but like... Oh, okay, I see. Well, at least I was nearly. Oh, yeah, why is that? It is Aldran. I think that's how I'd say that. Alright. Knife's definitely from the house. Can we check the name Ardan? Or Alden. Ardan. I have no idea. Okay, he's gonna get back to us. I don't really know. I guess we gotta get, like, physical evidence onto... Of course it is. The knife is definitely from the house. Yeah, we already told you that. If the killer come from outside, they didn't plan to kill Loman. Who murdered Loman? Oh, to deceive us. I thought he said it looked like a sloppy attempt to be a detective. I was about to be like, dude, I'm working on it. He will have left a vital clue. Let's close this case. Report back to the killer when you've identified. Okay. All right. I think we're getting real close to wrapping this up. Let's narrow down 3 suspects. Okay, let's check the files. If he died earlier than what she got back, we might not be in a good situation here. Wait, is it in case? Oh, no, it's in, I see, evidence. Killed 2 hours before the incident was discovered. Well, when was it discovered? Okay, he was killed 2 hours before it was discovered. Oh. Well, she definitely could have killed him, left, then went to the store, and then came back. I don't know. I'm a little confused now. I wonder if there's like, if they have like a bedroom we can check it. Nope. Nope, they just have a kitchen and a living room in this house. That's it. They sleep on a pull-out couch. No, I was going to make a horrible joke, and I decided to keep my mouth shut right there. No wonder. No wonder she killed him. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay, I guess there is an upstairs. Well, that's a little disappointing. It'd be more funny if it was just a 2-bedroom house. Anything in the oven? Can't get it. We can mixed herbs. Doesn't seem like there's really anything that we're missing. Oh, because there we go. Elimination. Who's unlikely to be killer if the robbery was faked? I'm going to say the guy who committed the robbery. Give it to me. Bam. Yeah, he would have definitely stole some shit. David just got back today. Let's check his alibi. Can we check it on here? Should be in his testimony, right? I don't know. Maybe it was him. I guess he could have used the knife from the outside. What was the estimated time of death? It was 2 hours before the body was found, and the body was found at 9. Let's see. Hang on. We gotta go back to the files. Evidence. Okay. The receipt details. It was found. Okay, so that's 9:30. 10 minutes away. So That is 9:20, 2 hours, 7:20. So it was found at 7:20, or 7:20. Oh, 07. Oop, 20. I did check the postmortem. Okay, we lost one of our stars. Files. What am I missing here, though? Okay. I like how they have that he loves apples in there. That's a really... Where the heck do I find... The victim was killed 2 hours before the incident was discovered. Okay, but what... That says 9:30. The store's located 10 minutes from the house. Okay. I added another step I didn't need to. It's 7:30. 7:30 is the answer. What? I don't understand. Log. Hmm. 2 hours beforehand of 9:30, that would be 7:30. I don't understand what I'm missing here. Okay. 7 o'clock. This is our best guess. Got a feeling it's going to be wrong again. Okay. I'm a little confused. We're down to 1 star, which means we're probably going to get it wrong. But, like, where the heck am I supposed to see the postmortem at? Because, hint? Give me a hint. I did. See, it was found at 9:30 a.m. The body was discovered 2 hours before the incident. He was killed 2 hours before the incident was discovered, which would mean that it's 7:30 a.m. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong here? I'll try it again. I know we're going to end up failing, which means that we're going to have to restart the case, I believe. I did check the postmortem. No matter what I do, the log just takes me to you asking if I checked the postmortem. That doesn't change anything. We can't do it like this. We're not getting anywhere. Go home. You're obviously not detective material, which means I have lost the game. Okay, so now we know that we have one try out of all. You have as many badges. Those are your lives. So we know that we can lose and we can get a game over. Um, like I said, it's really late tonight. We've already been recording for probably about 40-ish minutes. So I'm going to end this episode here. We will come back to this game because, like I said, we're going to beat all these games that we start. Um, Eventually, we will be coming back. Like I said, it's not going to be too long because we're only going to play about 3 or 4 games at a time and alternate videos. So this should be within the next couple releases on this channel. 3 releases at max. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. While you're here, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for all future updates on posts that we have. Also, share it with anyone if you think that they might enjoy this type of content. And comment down below. I will answer every single comment that I get on here and talk to you guys. Try to build a community over here. See what you like, what you didn't like. Even if it's constructive criticism about the video, let me know. Let's get talking and let's get some engagement going on here. Lastly, go follow just look up Life of a Levy and you'll find our main page. That is our pro wrestling page over there. We do vlogs and stuff like that. From there, you can find our link tree, which will lead you to our Instagram pages, our TikToks, our Twitter, our threads, everything that we have will all be linked there. So if you really want to get in on the action, go check that out. Sub to all of our pages, follow, and we hope to see you guys in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.